welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Thuyl. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another back to basics video. Oh, we're taking it back to basics. Oh yeah. Oh, what's this move called? Oh. So I filmed so many back to basics video on my channel and you guys seem to really love them, and I got so many requests to do one specifically on highlighter and how to make your highlighting pop. So if you guys want to know everything there is to know about highlighter, I'm going to be talking about cream highlighters, powder highlighters, loose highlighters, why they're good for, why would you choose that one over the other one. I'm doing a little demo in this video, and I'm also going to be talking about some common highlighter mistakes. So if you guys want to know everything there is to know about highlighter, please keep watching. So I literally have a matte face right now, and I even looked at Grant earlier and he was like, wow, your face looks flat. I was like, thanks babe, you fucking idiot. So what is highlighting, you might ask? Highlighting is one of my favourite things to do to make my skin look super glowy. Even before, when I had super oily skin, I loved having a highlighted face. And you can go from two ends of the spectrum. You can have like a soft glowy highlight. Maybe if you have like wrinkles or large pores, you might prefer that side. But I like to take it to the extreme where you can see the highlight from the satellites up in space, you know. The reason why I like to use highlighter is because I like to powder my skin, but sometimes it makes my skin look all one tone. So as soon as you add highlight to it, it just gives your face more dimension. It kind of shows your cheekbones a bit more, makes your nose look a bit cuter, more snatched and upright, and like an itty bitty nose. And everyone wants an itty bitty nose, come on now. So we have cream highlighters, and I'm going to discuss them first. So cream highlighters, you can either get in a literal cream form, like I know MAC does one, I think it's called Pearl, and that's really, really nice. There's also more liquidy ones like this. This is the MAC Strobe cream in Goldlite. Whenever I'm not wearing foundation, I just put a little bit on my cheekbones, and it just makes you look like you're like glowing. Also, there's the Marc Jacobs Do You drops. These are the most blinding kind of drops that I've ever tried before. I know people love the iconic London one. A good dupe for these is from Barry M, and they have the little drop highlighters. I'll see if I can leave a photo of it here. So cream highlighters are really good if you have more maybe mature skin. So if you have quite a lot of wrinkles, like when you smile you see quite a lot of crow's feet, you might actually prefer doing creams because it will be a lot softer, but you still get that nice dewy glow. Also, if you want something a bit more natural and you don't want it to look powdery, then creams are like the perfect way to go about highlighting. Me personally, I don't really like to use creams by itself because I find one of the downsides of it is, one, it's not that bright enough for me. Like I want it to be like super bright up here, and also sometimes I find that it moves throughout the day because a lot of these liquid highlighters or cream highlighters, they never set. So you just say if I accidentally like brushed against my cheek or something like that, basically my highlight will be gone. Okay, so next up we have loose highlighters. Obviously the most famous ones is from artist Couture. I feel like he started off the whole trend with loose highlighters, and since then there's been quite a few more brands that's come out with them. For example, Fenty Beauty just launched 3 colours of the Fairy Bomb highlighters. This is in the shade 24 Cray. The only thing I find about loose highlighters is that they're quite hard to blend in because it's such a bright, intense pigment. It's quite hard to like fade it in with the rest of your makeup. So the way that I like to use loose highlighters is that I use it as a topper highlighter. I know that sounds so extra, but you know, your girl's name is Twee and her middle name is Extra. So I love pairing loose highlighters on top of pressed highlighters because I feel like it pops out the pigment a bit more, and I like to put it very specifically, not all over the cheekbone, just in the highest point, and I feel like it gives my highlight more dimension. It's like shiny, shine, 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 and then shiny, and then back to your skin tone. So it just has that soft gradient effect. They're also amazing for your body and your shoulders as well because they really show up. And also these are really versatile because you can mix it into your moisturizer, you can mix it into your body lotion. Yeah, these are really, really versatile. I haven't found one from the drugstore, unfortunately, so if you guys know any more affordable ones, actually, saying that, there's one from Colorpop that I actually really love, and I think this is more affordable. This highlighter is the 18K4 highlighter. This was in the Couture collab with Colorpop, and this is a really, really good dupe of all of these highlighters basically, and I think Colorpop is a bit cheaper as well. I know this is not drugstore, but drugstore, you need to step your game up. Bring out some loose highlighters, okay? And then lastly, and most popular, is going to be the pressed highlighter, and this is probably the most generic highlighter that you can find. You can find them in palette form, you can find them in single form, and there's loads of different types of powder highlighters. For example, if you don't want to go for a cream product but you still want something quite natural, I love this one from Hourglass. It's called Euphoric Strobe Light. You guys can see, compared to a normal highlighter, this one is a lot more reflective. This one isn't as reflective, but this is really nice for anyone that's a bit older out there that still wants something a bit more soft but still wants to give your skin dimension. You will love the Hourglass ones. They're not as shiny as like something like this. Can you see the difference in that? It's a little bit more muted. And then my favourite highlighter of all time. I literally have so many highlighters, it was so hard to pick. But I love the Ofra highlighters. I feel like every time I use it, I'm like, why did I stray from you? You're so good. But I just keep getting tempted and I keep straying away, and every time I come back, I'm like, oh baby, I missed you, honey. So this is a little mini highlighting palette. This is called Feeling Myself Midi Palette by Ofra. So this is a really good trio to take on holiday with you. It has a slightly darker one, a really good one for lighter skin, and good for medium tone as well. Honestly, the formula of this is probably the best formula I've ever tried. It's just like the most creamiest highlighter ever. Anytime I've ever given this to anyone, they're like, oh my god, that highlighter is freaking amazing. One of the highlighters from the drugstore that I used to love so much is the sleek Solstice palette, and it's actually a really nice highlighting palette. It looks like this, and they actually have quite a few different shades. The only thing I find about the sleek palettes is that you normally only like one of the shades, and two of the other shades is like, you can just go away, you know. So this comes with 3 powder highlighters. We have like a light pale, like silvery gold. We have a really nice champagne colour, and then we have a pink colour, and then there's also cream in here as well, which is, you know, she's okay. But the main highlighting colour is this one right here. The only thing about this one is a bit more champagne-y. It's not like golden, but it is still really, really nice, especially for the drugstore as well. It's really, really blinding. If you're a bit deeper in skin tone, they also have another one as well. It's got like a more of a copper colour on the outside. Okay, so we're going to move into the demo now that I spoke all about my favourite highlighters. So I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer. So whenever I set my foundation and stuff, I normally just powder the centre of my face. So I'll do my baking and whatever, but I mainly try to avoid putting loads of powder on here because I want this bit to be kind of tacky, because I want my highlighter to pop in that area. So if you leave it a bit like sticky, the highlighter has something to adhere to. If you have already baked and you powder and you like to go bake all the way over here, what you can do is you can use a bit of Fix Plus. This is from Marc. It's so worth getting yourself a little Fix Plus because this is the product that's going to make your skin be really, really seamless. It blends in all your bronzer and your highlighter and everything, and it merges everything into one. I also love the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This one is amazing, and I literally just spray the outer perimeter of my face. So I love the Morphe one for that, or you can literally just do like a pump of the Fix Plus. Oh, this one's so much thicker than the other spray. The other spray was so nice and soft. The thing that I find about Fix Plus is, I don't know if you can see, but it leaves like wet splotches. Can you see all the splotches that the fucking Fix Plus left? For God's sake! So my favourite highlighting brushes to use is this one from Zoeva. It's the 134 brush. There's also this really good Morphe one, but I bring it away with me when I travel. And it literally is the shape of this brush, but it's synthetic, and I love that one so much. I'm going to see if I can leave the name of it down below. I can't remember the number on top of my head, but it's so nice. It has like a gold handle, and it's just the best highlighting brush ever. You want to make sure you go for something a bit smaller and a bit more tapered. Never put on your highlighter with something big like this. That's what I see a lot of people do when they make the mistakes. They just put like a blusher brush inside their highlighter and they literally like sweep it up and down their cheek. That is like so wrong. You should never do that, because it's never going to be flattering when you highlight the whole cheek. It's going to really show up your pores. You want it to be very strategic where you put the highlighter. Also, another highlighting brush that I really love is from a brand called Vera Mona. I love this brush. It's called the Cake and Glow brush. I love the fact it's double-sided. So one side it has more of a fluffy end, and this is really good for blusher. And then I love this side because it's synthetic and it's quite wide as well. It fits onto my cheekbone really, really well. Oh my god! This is the highlighting brush. This is the Y14 brush. Okay, so you guys can see a difference. They literally look basically exactly the same, but this is more of a synthetic brush. Anything synthetic will always pick up more product. So if you want something a bit softer, go for the natural hair brush. If you want something a bit more like pow pow pow, go for the synthetic brush. Okay, so I'm going to use the sleek Solstice highlighting palette since I'm trying to use more drugstore on my channel. So what you want to do when you pick up highlighter is that you want to get it on the tip of the brush, but more on the edge. So I normally do my contouring first, and then I kind of look to the side and I see where's at the highest bit. So my highest point is like here when I smile, because it kind of goes flat here. So this is my highest point here. So this is where I start off. So this is the highest bit that I want to be the most opaque. Just this little, basically a dot here. Okay, and then when I have less product on the brush, I go back and forth. And I don't push into my skin. I'm letting the brush go wherever the bristles touch. I don't want to push it down and like splare out the brush, because I want my cheekbone to be very targeted. I don't want like a big fat cheekbone here. I want it to look nice and high and lifted. So I want my brush to only go in like a small area. And I'm bringing it down just to the corner of my eye. You don't want to bring down highlighter here. That's one of the most common mistakes I see people make. They bring their highlighter all the way down to their cheekbone. And you don't want to do that, because probably like 99% of people have larger pores in this area here. So if you bring your highlighter down, anything shiny will basically attract the texture on your skin. I mainly find my highlighter pops when I do the combination of matte in certain areas and highlight in certain areas. I kind of want it to be like kind of matte, and then it's like pop, and then it goes back to my normal skin, and that's how you make the highlighter pop even more. So I will do contour, highlight, and then I put blush on at the last step. I never put blush on and then highlighter. I try to avoid doing that anyways, because I feel like at the moment you can kind of see there's like an edge to my highlighter. So we're going to use a little blusher and then blend that bit out. Okay, so the blusher that I'm going to use is called NARS Orgasm. This is their best selling blusher, and the name is just like, oh, so spicy. The colour looks like this. It's quite like a light pink, and it has a few bits of like sparkle to it. And then I literally just go in between the blusher and the contour. So try to avoid any brushes that are too big. Try to go something like this kind of size. So I hope you guys can see a difference. This is like no highlighter at all. It's just with a little bit of Fix Plus and a bit of that Morphe setting spray. It's giving me a little bit of a natural highlighter. And then this side, when I turn my cheek, it just pops a bit more. I'm just going to do a little bit of a top-up highlighter just to pop the center bit even more, because the colour is quite silver and I'm not that fan of silvery highlighters. So I'm going to take a little bit of that Colorpop highlighter, and instead I'm going to spray my brush. So I just use the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray or Fix Plus, and then I just pick up a little bit of the highlighter. Look how much it damn picked up. So obviously you don't want to put all this in, so you tap off all the excess in the cap so you don't waste anything. And then just on that highest point again, I just pop a bit of that highlighter. And it's very important that you don't go back and forth. I literally just dab and then fade out the edges as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I highlight my nose, because I want my nose to be like at the tip. So the highest point of my nose, you can kind of see it naturally. I've got a natural kind of highlight here. So that's the bit that I want to show off. So sometimes I go with my finger just to like highlight that point, and then I go in with my brush and then I just do the tip of it like that. So it just fades it out. So a little bit on your finger first to kind of push in the initial like dot, and then I just blend it on the outer corners like that. And then also on the bridge of my nose, I don't like to put highlighter all the way down my nose, because I feel like it makes my nose look longer. So what I do is I only highlight this little bridge bit here. So it kind of gives my nose a natural kind of bump here. You know how some people do the whole contour and they actually draw a line here? I actually don't like to draw a line, because in real life you can literally see the like slash on your nose. So what I do is I just highlight this point and I leave this little bit matte, so it kind of gives the natural like slope anyways, if that makes sense, because this middle bit is matte and then this bit here is highlighted. And you also want to make sure when you highlight the nose bridge that you do it quite slim. If you kind of highlight a big stripe down the nose, it's going to make your nose look wider. So you mainly just want to highlight just down the bridge of the nose, just really nice and like slim line. And then I also like to highlight on my forehead. I kind of highlight just on one side though. I don't do it on both sides for some reason. I just want it to look like, oh, just a light glow. If I highlight my whole forehead, it makes my forehead look bigger. So I just do like one side of my forehead. And then I normally do my Cupid's bow as well, but I already have lip product on. And then that's it for highlighter, guys. Just make sure that you don't use a really big brush. Be very concentrated on the application of it, and then mix up and add just a pop of highlighter here, and that's how you get your highlighters to pop. Okay guys, so I just finished off the rest rest of my makeup. I love it when I have all my highlighter on. I even bring a highlighter out and about with me so I can touch up my highlighter, because sometimes your highlighter fades, you know, and we need to always keep our highlighter popping. I just love it whenever I have highlighter on. It just finishes my goddamn makeup. It makes my nose look a bit more... If you guys like this video, make sure you check out my playlist of my Back to Basics series, because I have done so many videos about eyeliner 101, highlighting 101, contouring 101, foundation 101, eyelashes 101. There's so many 101s on my channel. 101, 101, 101. Also, if you have any other video suggestions for me, I would love to know down below in the comment section. Or you can also feel free to DM me on all my other social media platforms. It's just xThuyLe on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I upload twice a week. It will mean so much to me. And that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Enjoy the bloopers. In today's video, we are going to be discussing... What the hell? Okay, so let's... you know. On the rest of my... What the f*** is this? We are finished. Finished. Finish. Oh my god, I need to film so many more videos! And it's 9 o'clock! Ah!